Joining me right now, former FBI Special Agent James Gagliano. Thank you for being with us this morning on Morning in America. Now, at this hearing, National Intelligence Director Avril Haines spoke about the top priority for our national security. I want to get your reaction. Let's listen.
The People's Republic of China, which is increasingly challenging the United States economically, technologically, politically, and militarily around the world, remains our unparalleled priority.
So it's a priority. I mean, China's been in the news more, I feel like, in the past 3 weeks than it has been in 6 months. Is China our biggest threat?
Well, first of all, good to join you. Look, every year when this annual threat assessment happens and it's in front of the Senate Intelligence Committee, usually the 4 bad state actors are China, Russia, Iran, and North Korea. Yes, the Chinese Communist Party, the CCP, has become the biggest threat. And why is that? Well, data is the coin of the realm here, as the FBI director said yesterday. We're talking about asymmetrical warfare. This is not boots on the ground. It's not what's going on in Ukraine right now. What it is the mining and the acquisition of data. How do they do it? Well, we talked about some of the social platforms where these things happen, like TikTok. This is where 21st century asymmetrical warfare is headed. And the FBI director summed it up by saying technology and economic security are inextricably intertwined with national security. This is troubling and definitely concerning.
And Xi Jinping has actually talked about that they are quickly elevating their armed forces, but they're also making advancements in technology, in science, saying that Western countries led by the United States have all-around containment, encirclement, and suppression of China, which has brought unprecedented grave challenges to our nation's development. That's from Xi. So what is he so threatened by? Or is this all posturing so that he can have an excuse for what he does next?
I think you correctly assessed it. It's posturing. China is trying to become the #1 superpower in the world. And look, what they do with this data acquisition, it's 2 things, right? The first is espionage. They want to get military secrets. They want to steal state secrets, and also the theft of intellectual property. They steal billions and billions of dollars worth of intellectual property from U.S. corporations every year. And this is a tough thing because partly we give it away to them. And how do we do that? Well, places like TikTok, again, data being the coin of the realm, we are giving them access to our devices and we're giving them access to intelligence. And that's how they're winning the battle right now. And that's how we're going to have to re-vector here and take this much more seriously.
I want to listen to Senator Mark Warner, who believes it is a transformative time for national security. Let's listen to him.
We can no longer just pay attention to who has the most tanks, airplanes, or missiles. We also need to focus on technology, R&D dollars, strategic investment flows, and supply chains. Because whoever leads and wins the challenges in technology domains will have an edge in national security competition in the future.
I feel like people at home are aware that now we have this resounding bipartisan plea for people to get off certain platforms, to be careful what they post online, to be careful what they use. But what can we do about it? What is the answer to protecting ourselves from a technological standpoint?
Well, I don't think there's a panacea. There's definitely not, a streamlined solution here. It's going to be a composite of a lot of different things. And I think one of the most important things, look, the mission of Homeland Security is what? Keep our country safe, secure, and resilient. Well, resiliency is maintained by making sure that our critical infrastructure is safe going forward. 85% of critical infrastructure in the United States is owned or managed by private companies. So I think the public-private relationship, the government cooperating with private enterprise and working together. The FBI a number of years ago came up with DSAC, the Domestic Security Alliance Council, and that's a way of reaching out to the private sector and forging relationships. Those relationships are the margin of victory. It's the old see something, say something. So I think we're going to have to see a much more concerted effort to knit together our government with private industry to make sure that we don't have things stolen or we don't have things impaired or, God forbid, we don't have, what took place with the Sony hack, things like that can cripple our critical infrastructure.
James Gagliano, thank you very much for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.